Yeah, this is primetime Poulton. Keep it entertaining, you already knowin'. Outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Fighting Wolf, U.S. Assassin. Doing just what he loves, this is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar, no I'm not frontin'. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is primetime Poulton. This is primetime Poulton, let's go. It's all about the boom. TMC, baby. It's all about the boom. Cowboy Phil, baby. Hit him with the body slam, elbow drop. TMC, Cowboy Phil, laid by guys. What you see in the ring are two monsters. Energy of a king and of a rock star. Yeah, drop kick, probably make your heart stop. You ain't ready, super scary, and they staying on top. Hit a ding ding, better watch yourself. It's TMC and Cowboy Phil. Laid by God, yeah, they the real deal. It's TMC and Cowboy Phil. 2 times a week, you can't compete. They body slam you down, now you taste the beat. The champions, they legendary, nobody like them. Coming for the belt, yeah, they coming for the title. Hey, it's all about the boom. TMC, baby. TMC, yeah. It's all about the boom. Cowboy Phil, baby. Let's go. Cowboy Phil, baby. Hey, 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 yeah, let's go.
What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. No, I know might have some of you confused, but it's the Deathmatch King, the moral compass, King TMC, and with me, my trusted sidekick, never doubt the loyalty, Cowboy Phil McNulty. What's up, Phil?
This week's been better. I am very excited to be talking a little bit about wrestling. I'm looking forward to this weekend show. We're going to do a little PCO page reveal. Going to have nice things. We're going to live up to the theme music this time, twice a week.
That's awesome. So, just to explain to people, I wear contact lenses, had a little eye problem, so I'm wearing my glasses. Also for the female viewership, that they wanted, they don't like me killing people every week. They wanted a softer side of the Deathmatch King. So this is like intellectual TMC.
He can kill your heroes and he can take your ladies.
Yeah, there you go.
Mark Dupree.
We're going to talk a little Max Dupree a little later. I'm excited. WWE TV has been fantastic the last couple weeks.
Is there a reason why it's been fantastic the last couple of weeks?
Oh, yeah. Do you think it's any coincidence that Triple H is now in charge?
I have to say, he must be listening to the people because Nikita Lyons is going to be on main roster television.
Yeah, you know Leandro's excited about that. But before we do the wrestling talk, we have a match for people tonight. CGWF action. We got your boy Zach, Richard Meyer versus EVS, Ethan Van Sciver. Let's be honest. Both of these guys, they excel in the comic industry. They're kind of jobbers in the CGWF.
I mean, listen, some are great at selling comics. Some are great at computer generated professional wrestling, and some are at both. We just so happen that the channel you're watching is one of the both.
Hopefully this match will jumpstart one of their careers in the CGWF because, you know, both of them, they're not off to a good start. But before that, Phil, what are we going to do?
We got to pay the bills.
That's right. And for the first time this year, there's not a live campaign. There's no Graveyard Shift. There's no Black Owl. There's no U.S. Assassin. All the in-demand stores have been closed. Black Owl is being printed right now, Phil. And U.S. Assassin versus Graveyard Shift was sent to the printer a couple days ago. So end of this month should be very busy for me. packaging books, sending them out to happy customers. But I always got something to pimp. And I'm talking Loose Threads, launching September 9th. I'm going to launch this on John Malin's channel, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in. Phil, this book is absolutely gorgeous. Artwork by Cesar Madaro, highlighted by a jam cover featuring Caesar and the legendary George Perez.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know what is in the vault for George Perez, but this could be one of his final covers.
Yeah, very much so. George was, I don't think he was one to keep a lot in the can.
Yeah. So definitely sign up for the mailing list. You're going to get a discount, a link to a discounted tier at launch. You're going to save yourself some, a lot of money, actually. But we're going to release up to 4 books with this campaign. We got the George Perez, Cesar Madaro cover. We got friend of show Chris Graves. We got a variant cover by Chris Graves. We have the black and white edition with a cover by Caesar. And then we're offering a hardcover art book, Emerge, the art of Heather Martin. Heather's done work for me on U.S. Assassin, Black Gal. She's doing a piece for Loose Threads. Big fan of her artwork, and this is her first art book. And you can get it separately or a part of the fan pack. Beautiful book. Ryan Honorado, one of my pre-press guys, putting it together now. And for Loose Threads, all 80 pages of this graphic novel, penciled, colored. I just got to finish writing the dialogue, Phil.
Normally, it's us artists who are behind, but that's what makes you the moral compass. You're one to say, you know what, even the Deathmatch King runs a little behind.
Don't worry, all the dialogue, all the lettering will be done by the time the campaign ends. So I've been doing something different the last couple campaigns. I do my first 30 days, and usually people extend for another 30 days. I just have been extending 2 weeks because those last 30 days, that first half of the last 30 days is just dead. So I'm just cutting that out, and I'm doing final 2 weeks.
Why extend it further than those 2 additional extra weeks when you're going to get the bulk in it? It also makes people, excuse my part of my French, but shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, why drag it out? And this will make campaigns shorter, get books out quicker, and I can do more campaigns per year.
There you go.
Yeah. We got OC Steve in the chat. Damn, you guys went early. Good thing I cleaned up the dojo. Thank you, OC Steve. Yeah, we threw a swerve to the fans. I said we were going live at 8, but Phil and I couldn't wait. We were dying to talk some wrestling and doing some play-by-play for CGWF.
It helps us do a Quake by the Lake review this weekend as well. So
yeah. So make sure you sign up for Loose Threads. I'm going to pop the link in the chat, and then we're going to go to the Primetime Arena, Phil.
Oh yeah,
Primetime Arena, big matchup. Your boy Zach, EVS. Normally you would say these guys are friends, but your boy Zach has been kind of harsh to the fan base, Phil. He's probably not even watching because he says live streams are dumb. People who watch live streams need to get a life, Phil.
Well, I mean, I guess in his case, he wants to bite the hands that feed him. So
we'll see how the Primetime Arena reacts to him.
I'm thinking pretty heavy booze.
OC Steve says, looks like Vinny signed with Ring of Honor. Is that Vincent from Honor No More? Any guesses?
I'm thinking so.
I mean, he was the one a third of the trios champions, and he lost that to Dalton Castle and the boys.
See, that's what I thought. What reason why he dropped it was because he was with Impact.
Yeah, Impact doesn't have the longest contracts.
They're just in and out.
That Honor No More shirt of mine may never see the light of day, Phil. It looks like they're blowing off that storyline.
I mean, we after the match, we got to talk about our boy PCO and an incredible main event with the big LG, where everything just was ripped to
Yeah.
shreds, literally.
Yeah. So at Emergence, Bullet Club versus Honor No More. If Honor No More loses, they have to disband.
I think your poor shirt.
It's never going to see the light of day.
No, never gonna see the light of day.
Honestly, well, the Good Brothers are working on a per pay
That's
appearance,
true.
and they have no problem of jobbing Chris Bay out.
You know, I honestly, well, this honestly, I think it may see the light of day now that we're on it, because if Gallows and Anderson are going to sign with AEW, because the rumor has it that it's going to be Omega and the Good Brothers against the Undisputed Elite, against a reformed elite of
The Hung Bucks.
Yep, the Hung Bucks. You got it.
We got Hicks Villain in the chat. What's up, Hicks Villain? Thanks for finding us. We went early, but we're on our way to the Primetime Arena in beautiful Atlantic City. We'll get back to the wrestling talk after this match. Let's take it to ringside, Cowboy Phil.
I think this EVS has a future. Just saying.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Clint Stoker, your boy Zach.
Just look at the disdain your boy Zach has for the fans.
I don't know if the fans are just excited that they're back in the Primetime Arena this week, or if they're actually excited for your boy, but probably just that they're back in the Primetime Arena.
Brought Clint Stoker out with him as his second. Let's see if EVS comes out solo. I have a feeling he'll have a friend with him. Oh, he brought lots of backup. He called the Deathmatch King, and I lent him some zombies, Phil.
This is what happens when you are a friend of the show. You end up getting the zombies let out and part of to back you up, your second and thirds.
Yeah. EVS now owes the Deathmatch King a favor, and believe me, I will collect. Hicks Villain says, your boy probably doesn't appreciate this match being live streamed. No, a lot of disdain for live streams, people who watch live streams. Not popular in the Primetime Arena tonight.
I don't get the hate for the live stream. The live stream is where you can talk to your fans, your viewers.
He's too busy selling dollar comic books, Phil. Look at this. I think EVS is going to get on the winner's board tonight.
I have a feeling.
Oh, see, Steve, you're the one who oiled him up at the dojo before we let him to EVS, man. You know exactly why he's oily.
He just doesn't want to admit that his hands was on that body.
There's my nemesis, John Malin. I control him now, the mindless zombie.
I think we have our oiliest wrestler of the week going to Cecil.
Oh, we're underway. Your boy Zach versus EVS. Main event in any arena, Cowboy Phil.
I know, but I got to say we have some colorful footwear on both competitors tonight. Open-toed shoes makes it easier for your toes to get stomped on.
Oh, your boy Zach laning into EVS.
Thank goodness EVS is wearing those undergarments under that toga. That could have been the show could have turned TVMA real quick.
Well, that's what you expect from the primetime brands. We're rated TVMA, Cowboy Phil.
I mean, soon enough, the other shows are just gonna have to catch up. Sort of like Triple H having to get it back to TV 14. You got to catch up to us now.
Your boy Zach going for the early pinfall. Just a 1 count. You're gonna have to do more to put away EVS. Oh, big punch to the temple. One time these guys were the closest of friends. Not anymore.
So what happens when one is a successful live streamer and the other doesn't give a crap about it?
Yep.
Turns
EVS
friends into
throwing
enemies.
your boy Zach. Clint Stoker wanted no part of EVS. EVS going for the pin. Oh, not even a 1 count.
I think EVS is taking Zach a little lightly, trying to get home faster so he can add another live stream on the agenda.
Hit him with that flapjack on the top rope. Throwing your boy Zach into the corner. Your boy Zach fights back with an elbow. Now he's tying his shoes.
Got to tighten
Oh, his
them
flip-flops, I mean. Yeah.
EVS with a nice
Clothesline.
reversal into the clothesline, followed up by some stomps.
Whoa, swing and a miss for your boy Zach.
That'll cost him because immediately got received with a knee to the gut.
Zombies, John Malin, very happy on the outside, clapping for EVS. EVS told him he's going to buy him a raw steak dinner after the match. Lots of good food in Atlantic City, Cowboy Phil.
You can't go wrong. You're in one of the gambling capitals of the world. You got great restaurants.
A show afterwards. Hicks Villain wants to know, how do you miss such a big target? It's only a question your boy Zach can answer.
It seems like he's been making some statements that he's been whiffing on so far. So he whiffs on the live stream comments and he whiffs on the punch.
Yep.
The EVS.
Oh, big punch.
But he did not miss on that tilt-a-whirl slam right there.
Yeah. Going for the pinfall. 2. Just a 2 count.
EVS looks a little gassed, a little winded.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Oh, big jawbreaker. Kick to the gut. Setting him up for the pedigree. Boom.
Oh, and it looks like your boy Zach's got some color going on now.
Get the shovel. EVS about to bury him. Oh, the big stunner. The Cyber Frog stunner. It's over. 1, 2. Oh, your boy Zach still has some life left in him.
He's got him with the all caps elbow.
Stomped him on his leg. Oh, your boy Zach, still some life. I'll tell you what, Zombie John Malin is a much more positive person than real life John Malin. He's out there cheering his little zombie heart out. Oh, big punch by EVS. Oh.
And a even bigger clothesline.
What's he setting up Richard for? Oh. Just
really?
His foot in Richard's face. Oh, knocks him to the outside. Are the zombies getting involved, Phil?
I don't think don't think the zombies are needed in this match. EVS got tired of wasting time. But
I
maybe
give
he should.
your boy credit. He keeps fighting back. Throws EVS back in the ring. Big spine buster. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, kick.
Oh, whoo.
Cecil was concerned. Zombie Cecil about to jump in. Your
Seems
boy
like
Zach eyeing up EVS. Big tilt-a-whirl slam. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2.
ooh, another kick out by
Wow,
EVS.
close. Richard arguing with the ref. EVS fighting back. Kick to the gut.
Oh, this has got to be
Pedigree.
it. This has got to be it.
Oh, a stomp just for a good measure. Oh, he's not putting him away. He's
Is he looking for the Cyber Frog Stunner?
There, he hits it.
Leaping Lizards, this one is over.
1, 2, 3. He could have counted to 100, Phil.
There was no way your boy Zach was kicking out on that one.
Hats off to EVS with his first victory in the CGWF.
First victory ever in the season.
Ever.
Well, you know, I hate to say it, but are we launching careers?
He might have a future, Cowboy Phil.
I think so.
That Cyber Frog Stunner, man. Watch out.
Sets him up with the pedigree. Hits him with the Cyber Frog, and it is done.
The zombies didn't even have to interfere, Phil.
No, but, you know, better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
And the distinguished Deathmatch King gets a favor overall successful night of CGWF action on the Pod Gods.
Yeah. There we have it, man. Your winner, Ethan Van Sciver. Congratulations, Ethan. I know you're watching. Big fan of the show that we know you are. Man, what a great night in primetime Poulton La Pod Gods history, Phil.
You know, a nice little match to get the Pod Gods back in action.
Yeah.
You know, still got our matches hopefully soon for them tag belts. Come for the titles.
Diaz brothers ducking us, man.
Always.
Midsummer Slam is coming up. Big pay-per-view. You know the Diaz brothers aren't going to give us our opportunity.
Never. You don't. They run away from competition.
We just need someone to take the belts off the Diaz brothers, and then we're next. We got to be next in line.
Yeah, we got. I mean, who else is there?
Well, OC Steve wants us to go after those trios belts.
Well, if this is a AEW, then we go for it. But I don't know if there are trio belts in the CGWF.
Not yet. I mean, they might just create belts because I am the belt collector. I'm your primetime champion. I'm your Fragtober sketch champion. I've renamed that. That's your Smooth My Balls Deathmatch Championship. Trios belt wouldn't look bad.
No,
Tag
not at
belt.
all.
Maybe even some world title gold. Kyle Ritter, you coward. You've been ducking me all season. I demand my match. I tickle Cowboy Phil. He finds that funny.
I just love the fact that I think, you know, we don't necessarily need the titles, but we want them.
Yeah. We want all the belts.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Irene, I want the women's belt.
Right.
So Phil,
Yes.
something happened in the past few 2 weeks, I guess, and WWE television is fantastic.
hmm I mean, we've got a returning Karrion Cross on Friday.
Yeah,
He's set out to be the number 2 heel on the SmackDown brand behind Roman Reigns.
he didn't come alone either.
No, because you know what Triple H knows? How to put together stars. And we all know that Karrion Cross could be a star, but he's a mega star when he's got his wife Scarlett with
Yeah,
him.
he doesn't have that stupid hockey mask anymore.
No, he's looking good with the hair.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
know
think
who
he
he looks
shaves
like?
it?
He looks like Karate Bad Boy from Karate Kid 3, all
Ah,
grown up.
I'm digging the hair for Karrion Cross. I hope he keeps it.
Here's a question:
Mhm.
why does a guy with a beautiful head of hair shave his head for most of his career?
Probably because he thought it makes him look tougher. Maybe he was trying to. I mean, let's face it. Wrestling has become the bald guy facial hair,
Hmm.
specialty. After Austin, even Bill Goldberg had to get on that action.
Yeah,
And then you had what? You had Eric Rowan, who's Eric Redbeard. He was rocking it. Tommaso Ciampa rocking it. Even Shawn Michaels.
Nick Gage.
Nick Gage, I mean, it's just become the trend, but I think hair is back on the rise.
Yeah,
And,
hallelujah.
and then on Monday, I think they did a great job on building the return of Dexter Loomis.
Let's talk about that.
hmm
There was a subtle storyline weaved throughout this entire episode. It started when KO was being interviewed, I guess, in the parking lot,
hmm
and he saw a crashed car, smoke billowing out of it. They didn't even mention it. It was just something in the background.
hmm It was one of the most wrestling things ever, and I love that. I love the fact that it's everything. It seems like for the first time in 10 years, maybe 15 years, where everything that happened on that show had meaning towards it. Even Edge coming into the locker room to apologize to the Mysterios
Yeah,
and Rey Mysterio taking Edge's side on that, again leading up to the Dominic Mysterio Judgment Day heel turn.
yeah.
And
You have
then
security guards running backstage. What are they? Again, not acknowledged by the interviewer.
right.
And then in the main event, AJ versus Miz. AJ wins, never acknowledged, but in the back, in the front row, there looks like there's some sort of commotion. And then WWE.com releases the footage, and it was Dexter Loomis trying to hop the railing.
And you know that's how they're going to start off. You know what is going to feel like classic Attitude Era? Remember before each episode they had a little trailer of what on the week before. It was never just and I think that's something that I've totally forgotten about and totally missed when it came to my, Attitude Era watching was every episode started off with like a previously
Yeah,
portion and now we're gonna get that and it just makes the show feel like a television series again.
yeah.
It
No,
really
Triple H is
does.
giving us cliffhangers.
It's so
Karrion
good.
Cross, now Dexter Loomis.
hmm
Uh, OC Steve is saying Jake Paul is better than Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, Jake Paul is a natural. He's future
he
world champion, Phil.
but they don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah,
That's the bad part about it.
yeah, he's a special attraction.
Do you think who do you think is gonna be returned back from in this new Triple H era of wrestling?
I thought we were going to get Johnny Gargano on Monday.
hmm I do we think Bray Wyatt is definitely back since Bray Wyatt was a Triple H NXT original.
I think that's a possibility too.
So we have Gargano. Do you think anyone from AEW takes a shot to come over when their contract runs out.
I mean, who has a contract running out soon? Because Tony Khan says I have these guys locked up for
Mm.
years.
I would not be surprised if we see a jump from Wardlow. In
Yeah.
all honesty, I think Triple H would love to have that guy
Yeah.
to be a star. I think he would love it.
Hicks Villain says Dominic loves getting dominated by Rhea Ripley. Yeah,
That's
Rhea's putting the dom in Dominic.
that's just not Dominic, my friend. Trust me.
OC Steve thinks MJF is going to jump.
I think he will be. Honestly, I think he's going to be an AEW lifer. I may be wrong. That may be something that I see. I think I see more Hangman Page becoming a WWE guy before I do MJF.
You think? I would
Yeah,
think Hangman would be loyal to his friends.
I don't. I think if I'm Hangman and I'm seeing how my career has been so far in AEW, I just don't think that's the place where he's going to break through the glass ceiling there. I
Yeah.
just think he had his moment, and we're all saying, come on, give the belt to Wardlow, give the belt to Punk. I think in WWE, I think Triple H is a better booker. I think he is a better creative guy. And we've seen him do how many successful years of NXT? Everyone that he brought up, that was brought up to the main roster, was absolutely ruined because they were no longer under the penmanship of Triple H. I honestly think he would probably book Hangman properly. I think that he would actually have a better gimmick. So,
So let's talk about the surprises. They kicked off
mm,
SummerSlam with the return of Bayley, but she didn't come alone. She had Dakota Kai with her
mhm.
and Io Sky. Now, Dakota Kai was a release, and Io Sky was someone who was just stuck in NXT.
And they changed her name,
Yeah.
which I found to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, now they own it, I guess.
Yeah, that is true, and I think unfortunately Becky Lynch got hurt. Apparently, that was a Triple H call, was you to turn her face because she was a terrible heel.
Yeah.
So I see. We're gonna have a returning Elias now that Ezekiel was basically murdered off.
Let's talk about that. KO, his first appearance since Triple H took over, looked dominant, destroyed Ezekiel. And this is basically their way of killing Ezekiel off TV, I would say.
Yeah,
You agree?
until Elias can grow that beard back. Yep, you got it.
Or is it the debut of Elrod?
No, it's all Triple H is probably looking over Vince McMahon's production notes and
Yeah.
like, Elrod, I'll get rid of this shit.
Elias Sampson, a creation of Triple H.
Yep, the Drifter. I think we'll get, and I think
You
Braun.
remember how hot he was?
God, remember walk? WWE stands for Walk with Elias, and
Yeah.
remember when Roman came out with leukemia? They turned both. Elias and Strowman faces, and their face runs were going amazing. And I don't know why they switched them back.
Yeah.
I think Strowman is a guy who will come back.
OC Steve is saying flip to NXT when? I don't think it's happening. He shut down his Pro Wrestling Tees store, and everyone was like, "Oh, he must have signed with NXT." No, he just moved his store to his own website.
Yeah.
Just go to flipgordon.com, buy all your Flip Gordon t-shirts. Also, link to the U.S. Assassin comic book. Thank you, Flip. Hicks Villain says Andrade would go back to WWE.
I would love to ask Higgs Villain and OC Steve a question since they're in the chat. Andrade, is he going to be anything special? Because I just don't see it. I see Bad Bunny more special than freaking Andrade.
Okay, Andrade returns, but with his father-in-law who loves Triple H, Ric Flair.
Yeah. But again, that's not going to help him be any more charismatic. The guy is a black hole of charisma.
He looks the part, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
The mask, the suit.
but let's take a look at this. Ciampa and Lashley were awesome. Ciampa doesn't even need to be on the microphone that week to have charisma. Andrade can't carry charisma in the ring nor on the mic. Do you think Miro goes back?
I don't know. I mean, they haven't done anything with him in AEW.
I mean, you could. I'm pretty sure the whole tank idea was Triple H when I mean that whole Rusev John Cena United States title feud was amazing. And I feel like Triple H had his hands in that because it just felt different than anything else that was going on during the time.
Hicks Villain says AEW didn't do him any favors putting him with Matt Hardy's job squad. Yeah, the whole Andrade, Matt Hardy faction was weird. Miro wants to act. So SummerSlam, great show.
Mhm.
We got the surprise return of Dakota Kai. Logan Paul, who was basically a Stephanie and Triple H signing, is a natural. Put on the match of the night, I think.
Yep.
And I know OC Steve didn't like the main event. I thought the main event was fantastic.
Can we talk about that entire ring flip? That immediately got me into the match. Like I didn't even you could have been a lapsed fan and turned that on and wanted to watch that Monday night. There's a reason why the viewership has been steadily increasing, and I think Triple H has a bag of crap right now that he's got to turn into chicken salad because he's got to basically wipe away all this bad stuff. And I appreciate him just not coming in and scrapping everything. I appreciate him actually trying to wrap up storylines.
Yeah, so then over on SmackDown, we get the surprise return of Karrion Kross with Scarlett and put into a main event storyline right off the bat. Do you think he's going to be inserted in the match at the Clash at the Castle?
Yes, I do. I
So
think
they've been hinting at some sort of, I don't know, storyline or fallout between the Bloodline and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wants to talk to Roman Reigns. The Usos won't let him. Paul Heyman written out of TV for a while because Brock F5'd him. What if they have Sammy go talk to Adam Pearce on Roman's behalf? He's the new advocate, fill-in. And he doesn't want Roman to have to defend the belt against both people in a triple threat match. So he talks to Adam Pearce and he thinks he's doing them a favor. And he gets Roman 2 matches at Clash of the Castle, one against Karrion Kross and one against Drew McIntyre.
I think that would be amazing. And I think what they'll do is I actually think they'll have Kross beat McIntyre and they'll have a heel versus heel match because I think that would just be something new. And I think McIntyre will cost Karrion Kross the match, so he'll kind of get his heat back, and that will extend this McIntyre Kross feud up until Cody comes back and eventually takes the belt, and then I think we'll get a Cody Rhodes Karrion Kross match for the championship.
With Roman taking off time, do you think McIntyre's winning the belt at Clash of the Castle?
No, this is what, and this is
home country, Phil. In a stadium.
But this is what I'm talking about. This is the true testament of what we're going to see with Triple H's booking right here, right now. What's the one thing we hated about Kenny Omega being the Impact champion and the AEW champion, was that when Christian took the Impact title off of him first, it killed the appearance of Hangman getting the victory over Omega, because we already saw Omega drop the one title beforehand. I don't think Triple H will fall into that rookie Tony Khan mistake. I think for better or for worse, he knows what he's got, but he also knows what he's got down the line as well. He knows that he'll sacrifice this in order to increase it later on. And I think that's a smart play. I think I think about Triple H in his own feuds with The Rock and Austin. I think of it always him being that kind of third man in there who was always the champion for that extended period of time, just when they were waiting for Rock to come back or just when they were waiting for Austin to come back. And some guys, like a Chris Jericho, unfortunately, had to be sacrificed during that time. But then Jericho ends up getting the belt further on. I think Triple H has enough foresight to understand what he's got to do to have the best visual impact. So this is going to be a true test, because if McIntyre does come out as champion, then we can replay this and we can say how wrong I was. And I will take back every good word I said.
Do you agree that Sammy's turning face and is going to feud with the Usos?
Yes.
And his partner will be his badass, recently reintroduced friend KO?
Yep, you got it. It only makes sense and that's going to be another elongated story, because that's how the bloodline will start to basically be waned off. I think you're going to remember when Zack Ryder won the United States Championship and Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne were the tag team champions, and CM Punk was the heavyweight champion, and who was Daniel Bryan? Right? The big photo. I think that's what they're going to do. And I think that's going to be the official start of the Triple H era. I think WrestleMania, it's all going to be built up, and the big blow off is going to happen in WrestleMania. And I think that's when we're going to really see all of Triple H's storylines from that point on.
Just imagine you get Sammy and KO as tag team champions, and then you have a reunited DIY, Phil.
Yep. Tag team champion. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
You need to replenish that tag team division.
Yeah, you do. And last episode with Tommaso Ciampa, Bobby Lashley, that was the first time I really gave two craps about the United States Championship and a match forever.
The last couple weeks, building the importance of that belt up, even with just the little clips of like Dusty and Ric Flair and all the legends.
Yeah, and I don't even know who the Intercontinental Champion is right now.
It's Gunther. Why is the United States title more important than the Intercontinental title when the Intercontinental title is a WWE created belt? U.S. title is a WCW belt.
I just think because it's been so mishandled. I think, when Vince was
easier to understand. You know what the U.S. Championship represents. What does the Intercontinental Championship represent?
I just love the Intercontinental title's always been my favorite title. The classic one.
New one's terrible.
No, the nice oblong oval one. The one that Jericho and Guerrero and Benoit, right? Ken Shamrock
had the colored leather.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, that's the championship right there. And I would be
the workers though.
Yeah. I think because remember that Rock and Triple H feud for the Intercontinental Championship was like, oh, these guys are going to be main eventers. I honestly think Triple H has a lot of crap he has to undo, and I think he's slowly working his way to rehabilitate titles. I would not be surprised if Cross is an Intercontinental Champion soon enough.
So here's a question for you. Triple H, he's a fan of pro wrestling, and he's not afraid to use something that someone else created. Does he bring in Cowboy James Storm for a beer money run?
I I honestly don't think so. I do think though the whenever Roman loses the championships, I think Big Gold is coming back. I
Yeah.
think the WCW World Heavyweight Championship belt is coming back, and I honestly think we're going to get a new because Triple H loves those classic belts, and I think we're going to get an overhaul to the WWE Championship. I would think that's what's going to happen eventually when Cody takes the belts off of
Maybe we'll see. Yeah, Cody getting big gold would
him.
be
Yep, because it
great.
comes full circle to his dad.
So one thing Triple H did with NXT, he loved introducing some of the WCW pay-per-views that Vince wouldn't include in the WWE, like Halloween Havoc, Great
Oh.
American Bash. Do they finally get introduced in the main pay-per-view rotation?
Yeah, I think I honestly think Takeover is gonna come back. I think that's the only pay-per-views they're gonna have are gonna be takeovers. And I think Triple H will probably have those Bash at the Beach, Halloween Havoc, all that good stuff. And I think NXT talent will be on those pay-per-views. I think they're gonna I think because that was his. I remember reading that years ago that Triple H wanted to have one and it wanted an NXT match on the main roster all the time during the
Bring
pay per
War
views.
Games to Survivor Series. Raw
Yes.
versus SmackDown War Games
Yeah.
with two badass factions,
hmm
like Hurt Business versus Bloodline or something.
Yes. Let's not call it bragging rights. Let's keep
Yeah.
it Survivor Series.
Survivor Series War Games.
hmm So how so where do you think what do you think is going to be the better show by the end of the year? So as we're already in August, it's almost the halfway point. We got September, October, November, and December. So we got the next 4.5 months. What do you think is going to be the better product, AEW or WWE?
I'm going to say WWE.
Why?
Wrestling fans love surprises. I think WWE is going to give us more surprises in that time.
I do too. I think the only way AEW starts to kind of get the lead on that booking, it has to happen tonight.
Yeah.
Jericho has to win the title.
For the longest time, I said Christian had to win the title. They ruined that Christian storyline with Jungle Boy's return.
Yes,
For
they
no
did.
reason, they turned Luchasaurus babyface again. Zero explanation. And it totally killed that storyline, I think.
Doesn't it feel like we're talking about a WWE product when we discuss AEW for the last couple months?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Everything we applauded about AEW since their creation was continuity, was storylines, was common sense booking. And now we're seeing the multiple rematches. We're seeing, and I know Punk got hurt. I know, Bryan Danielson's been hurt. I know Omega's been hurt, but they just need a shot. I mean, you got Wardlow here. You Moxley, the Blackpool Combat Club is a snore fest in my eyes. That it seems like the Jericho Appreciation Society is getting bigger each week, and it's just like you killed the fun in that with Ty and Sammy, like, and now Anna Jay, like, it's just getting too much.
Here's a question. The Good Brothers, they're free agents right now. Does Triple H make good for releasing them and bring them back at that big contract that they both had?
No.
Because if you listen to Carl Anderson, seems pretty bitter about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they were convinced that Triple H cared about their families and their future. Maybe he really did, but he had no say in that release.
I think but here's the one thing I can't fault AEW on right now is they legit have the best the best tag division in the world right now.
Yeah.
So much so that there's so many tag teams that they had to create a trios tag team title.
OC Steve, he wants to know, do you think Triple H would lease AJ, Finn, and Nakamura to New Japan for Wrestle Kingdom matches?
I do. I think so. I think I think Triple H always loved that stuff. He's such a this is the one thing
He's a
that
fan.
I think we forget about Triple H is that he's a fan of professional wrestling. I think we tend to we tend to bag him for, people not me personally, but I think wrestling fans tend to really go on him because of his relationship with Stephanie and about, him kind of working his way into creative meetings, but he does it because he loves wrestling. He gets wrestling first and foremost. He understood that, he was on Jericho's podcast and he even said, I didn't know Jericho was ready. He goes, but I can learn from my mistakes. And the guy's willing to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm actually feeling very optimistic when it comes to WWE. I'm glad I got the network.
Here's a question for you. Jonathan Gresham asked for his release. Do you think Triple H would have any interest in him?
No.
Not even for NXT?
No, probably for NXT, but I don't see. Probably more for a test run. I think we see if judging by Triple H's former NXT, signings, right? I think of guys who are good wrestlers with big charisma, like this. Even though you're a smaller guy, Tyler Breeze, right? Neville, right? Sami Zayn. Those guys were the three main eventers in Triple H's really introduction to the NXT weekly television series. Three smaller guys, but man, did their personalities make them feel like main eventers. Then he brought in Finn Balor. Finn Balor was never hotter than when his first run on NXT. The whole demon, the whole right. Shinsuke Nakamura was not hotter than when he first got in there.
Hicksville and Gresham to WWE, Shorty G too.
But that's the thing. Gresham doesn't even have Shorty G's personality.
Hicksville says AEW got hurt by the injury bug, moving to TBS and Ring of Honor.
Oh, the whole Ring of Honor purchase, and we said, AEW doesn't have enough belts, and now they got too many belts because every belt. It seems like everyone who walks on there is a champion. You're just like, who's this again? Where did he win this belt from? That's what's making the FTR thing so special, is that they're collecting all those belts. Anytime a collector belt gimmick is going on, you just got to hope Tony doesn't mess it up.
OC Steve says, Marty Scurll to AEW, a new leader of the Dark Order. I would personally love it.
But it depends. This is where Tony Khan's got to get off of his high horse. And he's got to start playing. He's got to get back to being the OG Tony Khan that actually wanted to take the WWE down. And I think he got too fanboyish.
If you got two people who are catering to wrestling fans, someone's going to have to give Marty Scurll a shot.
Yep.
Don't you think?
Yep. I'm thinking that WWE has the better PR to spin it.
Yeah.
And I think if Marty's looking at, and this is the thing, Tony Khan had to go out and make an interview about the morale right now in AEW. He had to do it for a reason. These people aren't just saying these things to say these things. It's legit happening. Granted, I do agree with Hicks Villain. They did get hit with, the injury bug, TBS, ROH. The Jeff Hardy signing blew up in their face. It just seems like it's been one misstep after another. I think Forbidden Door was great, but you haven't booked Orange Cassidy. You haven't done any favors for him since.
Jay Lethal.
Yes. Why is he losing to Jay Lethal?
Tony, that guy should have been world champion.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
now Tony forgot how to book him.
Because even if he was world champion for a week and Omega beat his ass to bring it back, doesn't that make him an even bigger heel when he would eventually have lost the title to Hangman? Because he would have knocked Orange Cassidy out.
Yeah.
You know, saying, you may take my belt, but I'm going to take it back and you're going to pay. Like, it's just these missteps time after time.
Yeah. So I think that's going to do it for this week, Cowboy Phil. We're going to be back on Sunday, though, to talk AEW Quake at the Lake.
PCO page reveal.
PCO page review. I'm excited for that. And this Friday, Phil, you and I, we're going on a La Pod God's fig hunt.
That's right.
We'll show off what treasures we find. I just got these, Phil. Check these out. These are the new Heels and Faces retro figures. Got Matt Cardona and Brian Myers.
They're so good. Do you think any of those guys, speaking of which,
man, I don't know. I don't know unless they can keep their podcast
right.
empire.
Well, I mean, think
Although
about
Triple H never liked Zack Ryder.
That's true. That is honestly that. You know what? Because I'm thinking like Adam Cole would have been like, why couldn't have Hunter been in there? Why, because Hunter was in the hospital. Let's not forget the man was knocking on heaven's door there for a while.
No, they cleaned his all his guys out while he was in the hospital.
Right.
Regal. Who else was there? BG James.
Yeah, it's so funny, like to see, and I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy it. And I think Triple H is honestly gonna give me something I'm gonna enjoy. So thank goodness.
Yeah, the surprises are back, and so I'm super excited. Oh, we got Nicholas Gear in the chat. Howdy, folks. I'll have to catch the replay. That's because we swerved you, Nicholas. We said we were going live at 8, and now it's 8 o'clock, and we're done.
Yeah. We're going to watch Quake by the Lake. We're going to get a review. Join us all on Sunday, baby.
All right. Cowboy Phil, where can people find you at?
You can find me on Twitter and the Instagram at AnimatedPhil. For all those who are trying to follow me on Twitter right now, wait till September when my page gets back to being unlocked for a little bit. Your boy's got a contract signing he has to wait for. So,
oh, okay. And
it's work out, it's the teacher life.
Right. And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Hit the notifications. Go sign up for Loose Threads. I dropped the link in the chat. I'll do it one more time. And Cowboy Phil and we're going to get together this Friday for some fig hunting and pizza. And then we'll be back Sunday to talk Quake at the Lake and reveal whatever goodies we bought.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you Sunday.